And for more on this, we are joined in by my colleague Danile Pagani, who's also our West Asia Bureau Chief, who's joining us live from Oman. Danile, this is a crisis that's been playing out for quite some time now. Get us up to speed as to what is happening in the Strait of Hormuz.
Yes, this is indeed a new phase of the crisis between some Western countries and Iran, and is peaking, as you have already pointed out. So this is a decision made by Iran after yesterday Gibraltar decided to keep the Iranian supertanker that had been seized by the Royal Marines for an additional 30 days. Why so? Well, they are still trying to demonstrate that the oil that this supertanker contained was actually going to Syria, because that is still something that has not been verified, and Iran is denying that the oil was actually being carried to Syria. Remember, Syria is under European Union sanctions, so this is what gave the Gibraltar Authority the possibility to seize this oil tanker. So after that decision, Iran decided it was time for action. Iran called on the UK government to release their supertanker. This didn't happen, so Iran moved to action. They moved to action with the pretext that this British oil tanker wasn't respecting the navigation rules and had some problems with an Iranian fishing vessel. Whether this is true or not, we are absolutely not given to understand. This is not information out in the public. The UK government is denying it, and the Iranian government is saying that this is what actually happened and prompted the seizure of this. What is certain is that now the UK is definitely, so to say, on the war path, and they clearly do not seek any military intervention, but they can go very, very tough when it comes to diplomatical intervention, also considering that the White House is definitely on board whatever is being done against Iran.
Absolutely. And also, Danile, how do you think this crisis is likely to be resolved? On what conditions will the Iranians release the British tanker that's been captured by them?
We have seen that Iran is definitely well determined to make itself respected on the international scenario. So they say that there are preconditions. The precondition is that the Gibraltar authorities release the Iranian supertankers, which contains 2 million oil barrels. So that's a lot of oil. So they need that oil to be released, whatever the final destination of that oil might be. If that doesn't happen, there is no solution for this crisis, and the UK has the possibility, eventually, being one of the signatory of the 2015 nuclear deal, to trigger the mechanism which will eventually, in a few weeks, bring back multilateral sanctions against Iran, which for Iran would be a further problem. The economy of Iran is already suffering very much from the US economy. So if the Iranian oil supertanker, which is currently in Gibraltar, is not freed, it is very unlikely that the Iranian authorities will free the British oil tankers that they seized.
Absolutely, indeed. Thank you very much indeed, Danile, for joining us and getting us all those insights in terms of how this crisis could be solved. But one of the other questions that's also being looked at